Futures and options on futures trading involve substantial risk and is not a suitable investment for all types of investors. Past results are not necessarily indicative of future results. When I use the word I in this video, it refers to what I teach in my charting course or what I author in my twice daily oral and written updates. Prices shown on charts and quote boards are in real time and take into account all known activity up to this point in time. And if you'd like to read more of this disclaimer, simply hit the pause key on your video player.
Good day, all. Ira Epstein of Linn & Associates with your metals market update. And this is your weekend edition, which is a bit different. Remember, we'll be looking at a monthly chart and then all weekly charts. And this is for Friday, October 26, 2018. Well, this is where the stock indices will settle. I've waited until after 3:15 so you can see that. And the metal market prices will be very, very similar to where you're at right now here. Dollar down a bit as many of the currencies bounce today. What do we have here? We had another washout day in the metals, but you're 335 points off the low in the Dow, almost 43 points off the low in the S&P. The NASDAQ up off its lows 160 points. I mean, this is wildness. That's all that you can say. And it's obviously given the metal markets, and the gold especially, a bid. And this is unusual, right? Because we didn't see safe haven flight there. Interesting. When we take a look at a monthly chart of gold, you have been caught between the upper and lower black lines. They're called the Bollinger Bands. This is a very important formation. And because it's a monthly chart, we had a false breakout. You came back into the black lines. Will you be able to rally up to the resistance is the question that I'm wondering about now, which is 1274.40. The reason I say rally to it, there's a seasonal play to the upside that one of the technical services that I look at, more research has in play now. It just went into this past couple of days where it typically gets a bounce. You're getting a bounce out of the momentum on the slow stochastic. The trend is admittedly down and the bias is down. Lower highs, lower lows, as you can see. So all I'm looking for is a bounce there. That's the monthly chart. The weekly chart on a closing basis only is bullish. It's in an upthrust. Why? Just visually look at it. You've come up about $60 an ounce here into this 1234.40 level now. When we come to the daily charts, no, I'm sorry, the weekly charts, but just the bar with nothing on them. I'm so used to doing the weekly ones here. You can see what the market is doing. It's trying to move to the upside. You've got higher lows. You got higher highs. That's bullish on the weekly chart. Where's the resistance? The first resistance point is the 200-week moving average of closes. You're over the 18-week, and you've been over the 18-week now 2 weeks in a row, so that's friendly on the market. Is it 3? I'm going to come back here and just take a look. Here you closed at 1218.10, and the 18-week average was 1219.80. So it's 2 weeks in a row. Getting up to that 200-week, that's an impressive move because you've come from the depths of you know what. It was pretty ugly. When you look at the Bollinger Bands, they're racing in on the market. So you have the lower band coming up and you've got the upper band falling down. So the resistance is going to drop here in this market. Right now it's rather formidable at the 100-week of 1261.30 and the upper Bollinger Band. The odds of closing over those two are remote at this point. Doesn't mean it can't happen. I mean, if the stock market goes into another free fall next week, who knows what would happen? Or as the stock market had its free fall and now the market gets ready to start moving back to the upside. I'll let you figure that one out. Momentum-wise in the gold on the weekly chart, bullish. It's pointing up. You're over the 18-week average. The bias is up and the trend is up. So you still can target this number up to 1261.30. The gold-silver ratio has not reached back for the 85.19 level. Normally to get the other metals joining in on the parade, this ratio has to drop. You haven't done that yet. When we come to the GLD ETF, it's bullish. On the weekly chart, you have higher lows, higher highs. You have a new high close for all this period. You got to go all the way back here into the summer months in order to get to that resistance. And up here, is where I'd say the 119.81 to the, let's call it the 118.99 level. That is where the resistance of the market is. Do I know if it'll reach there? Well, everything is still pointing upward, so that could be a goal on the longer term chart. Where the nightmare for gold is in the mining stocks. This is a flat no on this chart. While you have the swing line up, you've gone to the 18-week average and you've rejected it. That's first thing. Momentum has gone flat on you and bias is down. So the strength seems to be in the bullion, not in the minor part of this. In the silver market, we have a pattern of lower highs, higher lows. The market's narrowing in for something here. The resistance is at the 14.95 level. By the way, if you go back on your charts on the daily, you'll see 14.95 was a double top as well. The momentum is up, the bias is down. So this is not like the gold chart, which is much friendlier. In the copper market, you actually have a bearish configuration. You've got lower highs, lower lows at this point. The momentum was pointing up. It is stalled with the bias down. You'd have to get back over 283.90 to negate this pattern. This sort of fits in with the fact that the world is getting nervous about what's going on in the industrialized sectors of everything, be it China, the U.S. You see it in the world stock markets coming down. In the platinum market, the market has got, on the weekly chart, it's still friendly, and it's coming down and has fought and is fighting the battle at the 18-week average. Look at how often you hit it. You even hit it this week. So you didn't hit it the week ago, but out of the past, 5 weeks or so, you have hit it. So that is a sign of a battleground. The market still has upside momentum, upside bias because it's over the 18-week average and the trend is up. You'd have to get under this break low right here, which is 809.5, to throw this chart back out of that particular configuration. It's interesting because you have divergence here. The weekly chart is friendly, the daily chart is not right now. The palladium has regained its footing. It's got the pattern of higher lows, higher highs, but it's hit an upside target. It hit its the upper Bollinger Band and fell back. The momentum is still up and the bias is up, but you hit a target, and from that target, when you got up to that 1131.5, I just want you to look what you've done. You're back to 1089.60. So the big boys, I think they took advantage of hitting the Bollinger Band. In the dollar index, you're at resistance. Notice the upper Bollinger Band. Notice the sideways action. Now the market has to make a decision. From sideways action come new trends. This acts either as a base or as a top. Could you get false moves back and forth for a while? You absolutely could. But you're knocking on the door of trying to get a bullish crossover. Do you see the 18-day average in red to the 100-day? I said day, weekly. I'm sorry about that. I'm so used to the daily. Well, if you get that 18-week to cross over, you get what's called a bullish crossover in the chart. And the fact that you're at the upper Bollinger Band, if you start popping above it, we'll be talking this is a base. So it's going to be an interesting week or two that we start looking at on this. And I'll be bringing you up to date on all this. How do I do that? With my advisory. So it's my market research. And let me tell you what I do. On my market research, I write at least 2 reports a day, Monday through Thursday. Friday, it'll be a minimum of 1 in the morning, Sunday 1. Every morning, I record a video throwing out a number of trade ideas for you. In and out, day trade, position trade, option ideas, they'll come in there. Then in my writings, I prep you for what's coming in the afternoon, if I do it early in the morning, and then in the evening one, prepping you for the morning. I'm bringing you up to date on everything. I'll give you, as a market technician, a series of numbers to play with. My audio commentary comes with it as well. And yes, some people want only the commentary, not the trade. We even allow that. So what we do here is I want to put it in your hands. It's really that simple. If you haven't tried it, all you need to do is give us a call. We'll set you up. You can go to our website. You can sign up for it there as well. And you can click up here. It'll take you right to that number. I'm Ira Epstein. You have yourself a great day, and I'll talk to you all Monday. Have a good weekend.